Hi children, good morning to all and welcome to the class. Today we are going to enter into the module 2. Okay, already we completed module 1 from this lesson, devotional paths to divine. That is, in that what we discussed about bhakti. Okay, what is bhakti, how people devoted to God, how they are devotional, how they are worshipping to God, right? All those things we discussed in the module 1, right? So here coming to the bhakti, what is bhakti? I said already the definition also, right? A person's personal devotion to the God. Okay, so in that way people use it to start worshipping the God, and there is a link between temples and worshipping to God also. Okay, so here coming to the topic philosophy and bhakti, right? In this topic today we are going to discuss, actually in India, in different parts of India, in different states, different bhakti saints, bhakti movements emerged. Okay, means they are belongs to different languages, different backgrounds, and they came from different castes also, right? So in that way, here coming to the philosophy and bhakti, we are discussing about different bhakti saints which are belongs to the different parts of India. Okay, so in that the first one is Shankaracharya. Okay, and he is the one of the greatest bhakti saint from India, and he was a great philosopher, right? And he belongs to the 8th century. Okay, he belongs to 8th century, and his birthplace is Kaladi in Kerala. He is from Kerala state, South India. Okay, and next coming to here, already I said he was a great philosopher and he was a great bhakti saint. Okay, and actually he pronunciated the doctrine of Advaita Siddhanta. Okay, the doctrine of Advaita, right? Means in his point of view, to reach the God, okay, to reach the attainment, okay, attainment or salvation to the God is, as per his knowledge, the only path is the oneness of the God, okay, oneness of the Supreme God without any attributions, right? And his point of view, as per his knowledge, the world is around all the illusion. Okay, one kind of illusion all around us is, means Maya. Okay, so in that concept, actually in his knowledge, he given the knowledge to the people, he taught the people is the only the Supreme God, and the is that is the salvation, and the oneness of the importance path to attainment of the salvation. Okay, so as per his Advaita Siddhanta, all these things, okay, means he taught the people in that way only, as per his knowledge, to reach that attainment, to reach the salvation, the only path is the Supreme God. Okay, to devote the Supreme God concept. Okay, and next coming to the Ramanuja. Ramanuja is belongs to Tamil Nadu. Okay, and he belongs to the century of 11th century. Okay, and he also here he is very much inspired of Alvars. Already yesterday we discussed in the module 1, right? Alvars and Nayanars. Alvars are saints from Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, saints of Lord Vishnu. It will be considered as the Alvars, right? And here also the Saint Ramanuja was very much inspired about the Alvars. Okay, and he also given one Siddhanta, that is Visishtadvaita Siddhanta, right? Visishtadvaita, his doctrine is Visishtadvaita. There the Shankaracharya's doctrine is Advaita, and coming to Ramanuja is Visishtadvaita. Okay, and as per him also, the to reach the attainment or salvation is only the path is to devote to the God, that is one God, oneness of the God, oneness of the Supreme God. Okay, so in that way here also they spread the bhakti movement in the society. Okay, and they preached the attainment of salvation also, and their point of view here, the oneness of the God, and means that renunciation. What is renunciation, children? Here renunciation means to break the cycle of the life. Okay, so to get the attainment or salvation, of the life. So to get all these things, they are searching the ways how to reach the God, how to reach the renunciation, how to get that renunciation, how to get that attainment in the life. So for that, all these saints are searching the way. So as per their point of view, the way what they searched in their investigation, what they found, that is only the way to reach the God is oneness of the Supreme God. Okay, they are very much devotional to the gods, and he is very much devotee to the Lord Vishnu, Ramanuja. Okay, children. So children, in that way here Ramanuja also he spreaded his bhakti movement in the North India, and from there to here coming to Basavanna's Veerashaivism. Okay, already we noted earlier that in Tamil Nadu so many kings, Cholas, Pandyas, they constructed temples, right? And through temples they spreaded the bhakti movement. Okay, means there is a link between temple worship and God, right? Bhakti movement to temple worship. So based on that connection here, there is a great reaction. Okay, that was led to a great reaction. So that because of that great reaction, here we can see the example is Basavanna's Veerashaivism. Okay, and Basavanna led the movement that is called Veerashaivism, and actually not only he and his companions also. Okay, his companions are Allamma Prabhu and Akkamahadevi. They both are the companions of Basavanna. Okay, and they led the movement of Veerashaivism. Okay, and here as per that Veerashaivism also they rejected the means they rejected the they are very criticizers of rituals. Okay, already how the people are following all the rituals in the society, that all the rituals they rejected, means they are against to the rituals to perform in that way. Okay, and one more thing, they strongly against to the they strongly fought for the equality of the humans in the society, means based on the social differences, based on the birth, they're facing some inequalities in the society. So in that way they strongly fought for the equality of the human beings in the society. And not only that, and they also fought for the treatment of the Brahmanas, ladies in their families. Okay, the time means the ladies should not come out from their family, and they should not raise their voice in front of the people, like that. So they used to follow some kind of ritual, they used to follow some traditions. Okay, so based on that also here Basavanna's Veerashaivism, this movement was led against them, and they strongly opposed the inequalities in the society. What are the social differences, means based on the caste, based on the gender, right? So all these differences also they fought. Okay, means for the equality they fought, right? So like that here Basavanna's Veerashaivism also spread. And here one more important thing I want to tell you, Basavanna's sayings used to considered as vachanas. Okay, and here Bhakta Tukaram's also, their sayings are considered as abhangs. Okay, means here different bhakti saints are there. Okay, saint poets. Okay, bhakti saints are nothing but saint poets. So they used to use some particular language, and at the same time they used to sing the songs, used to sing kirtanas, bhajanas, right? And they used to write poems about the worshipping of the God, right? Means they are very much devotional to the God, a particular God name. They used to write the poems, songs, kirtanas, bhajanas, everything. Okay, so each and every bhakti poet's sayings will be considered as different names. So in that way here Basavanna's sayings used to considered as vachanas, right? So here this is about the Basavanna's Veerashaivism. And one more important thing is Basavanna belongs to the Karnataka state. He is also from South India only. Okay, and he belongs to the mid 12th century. Okay, children. So, children, next coming to our subtopic is the saints of Maharashtra. Okay, actually here means in between 13th to 17th century, in between these centuries, Maharashtra saw a great number of saint poets. Okay, means they used to write so many poems or songs, they sayings in simple Marathi, which people can understand, local people can understand easily. Okay, like that they used to write all their writings in their local language only. Okay, in that very famous means we can give some examples also. Okay, just like Dhyaneshwar, Eknath, Namdev, Tukaram, and one more woman also there, Sakubai. Sakubai and the family, Chokkamela. Actually here, Chokkamela means who belongs to the family, means untouchables. Okay, and simply we can say Mahar caste. Okay, so actually these people are focused helping to the common people. Okay, means really who are in need. Okay, usually they use it to help the people, and also here they use it to pray the Lord Vithala. Okay, Lord Vithala means he is the one of the form of Lord Vishnu. Okay, and there in Pandharpur. Actually, that place name is Pandharpur. There, Lord Vithala temple is there. That was very famous that time, right? And they used to pray Lord Vithala. Okay, and actually here they refused. They rejected all the rituals which are common people are following in their daily life. Okay, that all the rituals they rejected, and they also rejected the prayers of deities, and one more important thing, they also rejected the renunciation also. Okay, and they used to lead common life, how common man is living with their family, and he is working for something, their livelihood, like that these saints also used to lead that kind of common life. Okay, and they always humbly they wants to help other people really who are in need. Okay, and they invented the new idea amongst the people. Okay, the new idea of humanist, right, to help the others and to understand the pain of the others. Okay, and they always believe that the God is the God lays in the sharing of the other's pain. Okay, like that they use it to believe. Means here these saints' views are completely different with comparatively with other bhakti saints who are in our society. Okay, means all the other saints they educated that means their doctrines are different, right? Means they enunciated different siddhantas, different methods to reach the, means they invented different methods to reach the salvation of the God. But here coming to the Maharashtra saints, they are completely opposite to that saints. Okay, completely these saints are believing to helping the others. Okay, that was very good, right, children? So in that way here, one of the famous Gujarati saint, Narsi Mehta, his name, he said, it actually these are the Vaishnavas who understand the pain of others. Only one sentence he said. Okay, these are Vaishnavas who understand the pain of others. Means Vaishnavas used to understand the pains of others people. Okay, they can understand the pain. They can understand the problems of the people, because always they are thinking about the people who are in need. Okay, means they want to help the others. Okay, children. So here I hope you understand the topic. Now the time is for slides. I want to show you some slides that companions of Veerashaiva and means pictures of them. Okay, children. Let me show you. Children, see here, all of you. Shankaracharya. The first slide. He is, already I said, he is a Bhakti philosopher from India, and he was a very great Bhakti philosopher and a very great Bhakti saint. Okay, and he is from Kerala. And the next slide, here Ramanujan. He is from Tamil Nadu and he belongs to the 11th century CE. Okay. And next coming to Basavanna's Veerashaivism. Already we discussed Basavanna led the movement called Veerashaivism, right? And he is Basavanna. And here actually children, Basavanna's sayings or vachanas attributed to Basavanna. Okay, here actually one vachana he said in that the rich will make temples for Shiva. What shall I, a poor man, do? My legs are pillars, the body the shrine, the head a cupola of God gold. Listen, O God of the meeting rivers, things standing shall fall, but the moving ever shall stay. This is one of the famous vachana from Basavanna. He is offering his whole head and body as a temple to the God, because he is a poor, means a rich can build the temples for the God, but poor, what can they do? He is asking to the God in this vachana. Okay, children. And next coming to here, we can see the companions of Basavanna. Okay, and here the first person is Alama Prabhu, and the second one is she is a lady, Akka Mahadevi, and these two are the companions of Basavanna who led the movement of Veerashaivism in the mid 12th century. Okay, and next coming to the saints of Maharashtra. Okay, here actually already we discussed in the topic, there is a great number of saint poets in between the 13th to 17th centuries in Maharashtra. Okay, the Vaishnava poet saints of Maharashtra such as Jnaneshwar, Namdeva, Eknath and Tukaram were devotees of Lord Vithala. Devotion around Lord Vithala gave rise to the Varkari sect, which lay emphasis on an annual pilgrimage of Pandharpur. The cult of Vithala emerged as a powerful mode of devotion and was very popular amongst the people. Okay, children. And here we can see one by one. He is Jnaneshwar. And next coming to he is Namdev. And one more slide, Eknath. And the last one is Tukaram. Here, as well as with this, among with these saint poets, we have one woman also as Bhakti saint. Her name is Sakubai. Okay, and here coming to the children, coming to the topic, these are all the saints from Maharashtra. Okay, children. Children, I hope you understand the topic, right? And I hope you understand that slides also. Okay, one by one pictures I showed you, right? So coming to the topic, once again I will give you recap. Coming to the first topic, philosophy and bhakti. In that we discussed about Shankaracharya and Ramanuja. And Shankaracharya belongs to the Kerala and he belongs to the 8th century CE. Okay, coming to Ramanuja, and he belongs to Tamil Nadu and he belongs to the 11th century CE. Okay, and here Shankaracharya's doctrine is Advaita, and coming to Ramanuja's is Visishta Advaita. Okay, and next we discussed about Basavanna's Veerashaivism. Basavanna's Veerashaivism, actually that was emerged in the state of Karnataka, and he belongs to mid 12th century CE. Okay, and not only he, his companions also there, Akka Mahadevi and Alama Prabhu. Okay, the two are his companions, and they fought against to the inequalities in the society. Okay, human inequalities, right? And treatment of the ladies also in the Brahmin families, right? And next coming to the saints of Maharashtra. Actually, in between 13th to 17th century CEs, Maharashtra have seen a large number of, means a great number of bhakti saints. Okay, in that Jnaneshwar, Namdev, Eknath, Tukaram, and among them one woman bhakti saint also there. Her name is Sakubai, right? And they are devotees of Lord Vithala. Vithala is the form of Lord Vishnu. Okay, and here children, they introduced one new idea of the humanist philosophy. Okay, means they want to help the people who are really in need, right? And here we discussed about one more Bhakti saint also. He is from Gujarat, Narsi Mehta, and he said they are the Vaishnavas who understand the pain of others, right? So children, this is the topic for today's. And yesterday in the module 1 I have given you a task, right, to know about the Bhakti saints in your society. Means to ask you your parents and grandparents and know and collect about the information about the Bhakti saints, right? So today also I want to give you a small task, okay, that is what is the reality, what is the renunciation, okay, means ask your grandparents, they will explain you nicely, right? Okay children, will meet you in the next module.